violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Violence in New York City has left a man in critical condition in a Brooklyn hospital. Police say the shooting happened just before 4 o'clock this morning inside a rental hall on East 92nd Street in Canarsie. An event was wrapping up when a 46-year-old man was shot in the head.
Wow. You can't go anywhere in New York, man. You can't go anywhere. These super gremlins are getting out of control. And the new mayor, Mayor Adams, it's seeming like everything that he's talking about is smoke and mirrors. I don't think that he's going to really end up getting anything done. Hopefully he does. But from the looks of it, it's not looking good to start off the year. They need help now. They need reinforcements in New York City right now.
Far, no word on any suspects or any arrests.
And you're looking at live pictures from Newscopter 7 of the Canarsie section of Brooklyn. We're on East 92nd Street, just off of Farragut Avenue, where 3 people were shot inside of a rental hall during an event early this morning.
So, guys, I know that people have bought into the turn up, city girl, city boy culture, go to the club, go to the party. When there are predominantly super gremlin parties, it does not always pan out well, okay? Now, I've been to some parties, they've been okay. And then I've been to some parties that have gotten shot up. I've been to some parties that, you know, people are trying to drug women in, you know. A lot of things go down at these parties. So I'm not surprised that this little event that they tried to put together got shot up, because you're inviting all of these different people, especially in New York City. It's the melting pot. That's what they call it. And you don't know who is a certified super gremlin or not. And usually the certified super gremlins are the coolest dudes in the streets. So they're going to get invited to all the parties, because it's like, even if they don't get an invite, they're still pulling up. And they feel offended if they didn't get the invite. So then they're going to crash the party, shoot the party up, whatever, just because they didn't even get an invite. Dudes, a lot of times, dudes will try and find a way to hate. Like, they'll try and fathom a way, an angle to hate on you so they can justify doing something to you.
This is the scene on East 92nd Street. Apparently this all happened around 3:50 this morning. One person taken to the hospital in critical condition after suffering a gunshot wound to the head. We're told by police 2 people arrived at the hospital soon afterwards, shot in the legs. Both of those people are stable. Detectives are looking into this event right now. An unknown gunman fled the scene. Right now, no arrests have been made. We are live over the Canarsie section of Brooklyn.
This is new at 11 right here. Police have arrested a man who apparently was trying to do a good deed but got robbed in Midtown. This happened yesterday morning just by the library on...
What do you... I swear, like, white folks just, they think that they're gonna get points for doing this. Like, bro, in the community, no good deed goes unpunished. Bro, if you are going to try and help the homeless out, and you're specifically doing it because, oh, you know, it's a disenfranchised black man. Look, a lot of them homeless dudes want to be on the streets. I'm going to just keep it a buck. We did the story on the homeless dude who had the estranged relationship with his kids. This man was on the streets for what, 40 years? Come on, G. There's no reason why you should be on the streets for 40 years. I don't care what happened to you. I really don't. The only reason that you're on the streets for 40 years is because you got drugs, you got a habit. You're trying to sustain your habit by panhandling. Let's just keep it a buck. Now, we can talk about the mental illness and all this other stuff. Okay, they may need to be in an asylum, separated away from society, because these are the ones who end up doing things like this. But obviously, this dude's a liberal. This is you virtue signaling coming back to haunt you. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do nice things for people, but in this day and age, you need to be cautious as to who you're doing those nice things for. This is some advice that I'll give all the gliders watching. Bro, do things for people who you see got their head on straight. Do things for people who you know, okay, this is a brother and he got his head on straight and he got a job or he got his own business or he really has something going on. Do not go and try and reach down and pull out these dudes who have no motivation, they don't have any idea of getting up and doing anything for themselves. He's on the streets because he want to be on the streets. That's facts. And I guarantee it was plenty of people in his family who tried to help him. Even the family can't help him. So when you help him, it feels like an insult.
Fifth Avenue. Video shows that man approached somebody lying on the ground. You see, he tries to give the man on the ground his coat. He gets attacked by him, thrown to the ground, punched, and robbed. Police later arrested 25-year-old Xavier Israel.
So he gave the man a coat, and he was giving it to him, and he said, forget that, I'm finna take it. Man, these super gremlins are a trip.
25-year-old Xavier Israel on multiple charges for this. They say this is not the first time he's been arrested for assault either. Video right here really had some people shaking their heads last night. It was all over the internet. It shows a carjacking in progress in Midtown. And News 4's Romney Smith is in the newsroom now with the latest on the search for the guy behind it. Romney.
Hey, Adam, this video is one of those things you watch and you simply don't want to blink because it's so wild. Last night, the scene was spread out across several blocks as a carjacker wreaked havoc in Midtown. A chaotic scene in Midtown Manhattan. A carjacker takes off with a stolen SUV.
Did y'all hear those screams and those tires screeching?
Chaotic scene in Midtown Manhattan. A carjacker takes off with a stolen SUV as the afternoon commute was getting underway.
And then this guy was going down. So the black Mercedes started to drag this one with force, and then this one, when he turned, he hit my car.
The carjacked vehicle smashed into one car at 54th and Broadway. You can see a police officer trying to stop the getaway car.
Wow. So you steal a car, and the car is all wrecked up in the front, and you think you just gonna be doing drive-bys in the car. Like, they're stealing the cars for dudes to, you know, put in work, hit licks, you know, spin on the ops. This is what they doing it for.
The guy takes off driving the wrong way up Broadway.
When I see again, yeah, the bad guy coming to me with the Audi car, so hitting my car, you know.
At least 3 cars were damaged by the time the stolen SUV crashed on 57th Street.
Yeah, I was.
Wow. This is crashing out. And super gremlins nowadays crash out a lot. All these super gremlins are crashing out. But when they crash out, they're taking everybody out in the vicinity with them.
Sitting in the car, I saw the black Mercedes was coming this way. It was chasing by the police.
Right now, police are still searching for the carjacker who ran to the Columbus Circle subway station. Pretty incredible video. The officer involved was taken to Bellevue Hospital to be checked out and is expected to be okay. Adam, back to you.
Okay, Romney, thank you.
Notice how when that carjacking was happening, the officer is running toward the car. He's willing to risk his life to stop a carjacking.
In Midtown, right in the heart of the town, a violent carjacking, and tonight the search for.
Look, and right there, honestly, he could have shot that. He could have shot those people. He could have shot them, and arguably it would be a justified shooting. But these criminals are not scared of the police. These super gremlins are not scared of the police. I keep trying to tell y'all. How many examples do I have to show you of super gremlins not being scared of the police? Dude. Like, he's endangering multiple lives by going down a one-way. The officer could easily justify, hey, you know, I shot him because he was putting other people's lives in danger by ramming their cars. You don't know who's in the car, how fragile they are. And the collisions on these cars, man, it's crazy. And he ends up driving down a one-way. Driving down a one-way. But if that officer would have shot this guy, we would have had BLM 2.0 or 3.0. I don't even know how many rounds they done ran this gambit.
For the suspect. Good evening. I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. We begin tonight with police saying that armed suspect crashed into cars as he sped off, driving the wrong way.
And it wasn't just damage left behind. An officer was also injured. CBS 2's Corey James live in Midtown with more for us. Corey.
And Maurice and Christine, according to police, the alleged carjacker pulled out what they believe is a taser. He's accused, though, of stealing an SUV, crashing it into this flower bed just feet away from that tree, narrowly missing the crosswalk at a time when many pedestrians were out.
So he could have killed some people walking. He literally jacks a car to crash it a block later.
This video capturing the chaotic moments after a driver attempting to take off in a stolen SUV drives the wrong way before ramming into two vehicles near 57th and Broadway.
He, hit me my car.
This man says he was waiting for a light to turn green when the frightening situation unfolded. He described seeing an officer trying to get the suspect to stop.
Put your hands up, put your hands up. So the guy turned on the car, he hit me. The car hit me, the Audi car hit me. He hit the Ford car more over there.
Chopper 2 flew over the scene showing two other vehicles that were hit. But it's this part of the scene that had people stunned.
Oh, God. It's terrible.
Shocking. Shocking. I mean, in Midtown, I mean, a carjacking.
Police say only one.
What do you mean shocking? I told you these super gremlins are mobile now. They're jacking in the rich places and going back to the hood.
One officer suffered minor injuries. And no one else was heard. A detailed description of that suspect has not been released at this time. We're told he did take off in the Columbus Circle subway station. We're live in Midtown. Corey James, CBS 2 News.
Corey, thank you.
Video this morning shows a brutal assault in the Bronx, and we want to warn you, the video you're about to see, very, very intense. It shows two men kicking and punching a 28-year-old woman on the ground after police say one of the men stabbed her multiple times.
Wow. That's insane. That's insane. Insane in the membrane. These dudes are beating this woman and stabbing her. Woo. These are some bad dudes, man. Super gremlins on demon time.
Happened early Sunday morning on East 198th Street between Briggs and Valentine Avenues in the Jerome Park section. The victim is now hospitalized in stable condition. The search continues for her attacker.
Oh, them some cholos. Them some cholos. Woo. Them dudes will really do it to you, for real. They probably thought they killed that woman.
Police are on the hunt for two men who attacked a woman in the Bronx, and surveillance video shows one of the suspects stabbing the victim several times while she was on the ground. The second suspect punching and kicking the woman. It all unfolded on Sunday on East 198th Street in Jerome Park. Police.
These super gremlins are evil. This is just pure evil.
They say the 28-year-old victim was sent to the hospital but is expected to physically recover.
The man suspected in a deadly armed robbery at a Burger King in East Harlem. Cameras recorded the suspect in all black waving a gun around this morning at about 1 at 116th Street and Lexington Avenue. Police say the suspect opened fire behind the restaurant counter.
Wow. Wow, man. I mean, most of these murders is, a lot of them at least, are women getting killed, man. In the community, women and the elderly. I mean, it's open season on y'all. It's open season on y'all. The super gremlins have opened the portal up from under the bridge, and they doing what they do.
Fatally shooting 19-year-old cashier Kristal Nieves. Police say the suspect also punched a manager in the face and pistol whipped a customer. The shooter ran away with an unknown amount of cash.
Right now, police are hunting for this man, the suspect behind the deadly fast food restaurant robbery that took a teen's life. Investigators say the gunman barged into the Burger King on East 116th Street over the weekend, demanded money, attacked two people, and shot and killed a 19-year-old cashier. News 4's Rana Novini joins us from Harlem now with how the community is remembering the teen. Rana.
Yeah, and Jen, that 19-year-old victim lived in the neighborhood. She had just started working at this Burger King a few weeks ago. All day here, people have been stopping by, people who know her or knew her, people who didn't know her, just coming here to grieve and to express their anger over her life cut short.
Man, I don't know how you can't just rage out. I don't know how people aren't raging out right now over this type of stuff. I mean, they have pretty much unleashed the beast when it comes to these super gremlins in the street activity. It really has gotten out of control. It's been out of control, but now more than ever, it's out of control because these dudes who are doing this usually have a lengthy record, so they're not doing as much time as they used to be doing.
All she wanted to do was work.
Kristal Nieves was just 19 years old, a few weeks into a job at the Burger King in her East Harlem neighborhood. She was behind the cash register early Sunday when a gunman dressed in black and wearing a mask stormed in. Police say he pistol whipped a customer and restaurant manager before turning the gun on Kristal, shooting and killing her.
They want to make a life and work, you know what I'm saying, and do something, and they can't even be protected in their own neighborhood.
Yeah, the wicked thing about this is that he was asking for money. The girl gave him $100 and he still shot her.
It's sad. And how many people have to die before something gives?
All day, people stopped by the Burger King on East 116th Street to pay their respects, leaving candles, flowers, and heartfelt messages for the teenager. Meantime, police are searching for the gunman who took off after the robbery. Kristal's family says he walked out with just $100.
I just hope he gets caught. There was no reason for somebody to kill somebody for a lousy $100.
This woman says she's tired of crime in the neighborhood and hopes those who know something will come forward.
She's tired of crime in the neighborhood. But if you ask her who she voted for, I guarantee that these people that she put into office, her and all the other sisters, and you know, female cholos. They're the ones who they're the enablers of this.
I just hope he gets caught. There was no reason for somebody to kill somebody for a lousy $100.
This woman says she's tired of crime in the neighborhood and hopes those who know something will come forward.
We're in a Spanish and all-black community, and we all stick together.
We stick together. You can tell who she voted for. And no, this is not sticking together.
Will come forward.
We're in a Spanish and all-black community, and we all stick together. 116th Street is very crowded. If you see something, say something.
And police also hoping that someone comes forward with information. There is a reward available for information that leads to an arrest. Reporting live in East Harlem, Rana Novini, News 4, New York.
Gang violence and other kind of